We have Tali back as a squad mate for the time being. And even if we weren't required to take her on this mission, I probably still would have. But it is required, so I will. She has several types of armor. This one gives power damage plus 25%. This one I really like. Power recharge speed plus 25%. This one I think is from the From Ashes DLC. Some people seem to like it, but I don't really. Particularly the fact that it kind of obscures her face and her eyes is something I don't like about it. Weapon damage plus 25%, which is also not something that's all that useful for her. Well, she'll still wear this on the Normandy, because unlike Mass Effect 2, they don't use the armor you select for missions on the Normandy as well. So for missions I'm going for this one, which is actual armor rather than the regular environmental suit she usually wears. So it might offer some more protection. I don't think that actually makes a difference, but if this were real life, it would. The second squad mate, now this is one of those missions where basically every single squad mate has interesting dialogue. Liara would be an interesting choice because I know there is some dialogue that references the fact that I romanced Liara before and then cheated on her with Tali. And although that is interesting and in some cases even a bit funny, it does feel like you're rubbing Liara's nose in it. And I don't really like that much. My normal procedure would be to take Ashley, because we just got her back, so... But for this particular mission, I think one of the most interesting ones to take is Edie, because of her insights on AI in general, and the Geth in particular. Garrus is also interesting, particularly if you're not romancing either of them. If you're not romancing Tali or Garrus, then taking both of them on this mission has some interesting insights on what's going to happen. But basically everyone has interesting dialogue, and I know there's a video on YouTube that has every possible combination with romance, non-romance combinations as well, so that could be an interesting thing to watch if you have a couple minutes to spare. But I'm going for Edie. Besides which, we're fighting Geth, so an engineer team is probably not a bad option. Alright, I have got the Paladin. I'm just checking the cooldown, which is considerably lighter. Unfortunately, it's heavier in the multiplayer. So in the multiplayer, I usually use the Carnifex because the multiplayer Paladin is kind of heavy. And it is much more like a regular pistol. I think I already read this on the Spectre terminal. And I like to go with a scope on this. You basically use it as a sniper rifle. And either the high caliber barrel or the piercing mod tend to be good ideas. I'm gonna go with high caliber barrel in this case. It does have slightly low ammo capacity, so... An extended magazine is also a good choice, but, well, that's not an option. Tali, of course, uses shotguns and pistols. Now, there's one particular shotgun I like to have her use in this game, and I don't have it yet. So, I'm not going to upgrade any shotgun for her to use now. The spike thrower is kind of nice just because it matches the color of her armor. But at the moment it doesn't really matter. We have the Eviscerator too. I really don't really know what shotguns are good, because I rarely use them myself. Let's give her an Eviscerator for the time being. We'll get the shotgun I want her to use fairly soon. Not in this mission, but in one of the subsequent missions related to this arc. So I suppose that will do. High caliber barrel. What do I do? Smart choke or shredder mod? I think shredder mod. For the pistol, let's give her the phalanx. Piercing mods and high caliber barrel. And this is fine for Edie. Points! I have points. If I'm not mistaken... Yeah, there's an increased ammo capacity, which because of the Paladin's small magazine size is a good option to take at this moment. What's the last one here? Damage or enhanced warp. And incinerate, I can choose between burning damage and recharge speed. I'm gonna go with burning damage. We're getting pretty close to maxing out all of the powers I actually want to use. After which I'll start putting points into sabotage. Edie, we've got 70 points for her. Neural shock is not useful on a mission where we're only going to deal with Geth. Squad may take power damage and duration. Decreased shield charge delay. I'm gonna go with this. That's helpful for me and Tali as well in this case. And Tali, of course, we get to do her from scratch. Her powers are largely the same as in the previous game, except for the defense drone. She has energy drain, hit an enemy with this energy pulse to inflict damage and to stealth barrier and shield power. And to steal barrier and shield power. I thought that didn't make any sense. It works much like Overload, except that it increases the power of your own shields. Very useful power. The only reason I don't use it as my bonus power is because, well, I already have Overload. So we're definitely gonna put points into that. That's recharge speed and damage. And then we can pick impact radius or damage. We'll go with damage. Recharge speed or drain. We'll go with drain and we'll leave it at that and see how far we go. Sabotage is very useful on this mission, and because I don't use it, I'm going to spec Tali into it. Sabotage weapons and hack synthetics. Compromise synthetics fight on your side. Affected weapons overheat. Which, on this mission, if you can keep using it, basically means you constantly have 4 squad mates. Let's see, recharge speed, radius, increased damage taken by 30% when... Okay, this makes it more useful generically, I suppose. Whereas this makes it more useful against synthetics, which we're facing here, so I'm going with that. explosive hack. Synthetics explode when destroyed, dealing 385 points of damage across 4-meter radius. That is actually a very useful thing to do, because if you use it on a trooper or another enemy that dies very quickly, then it doesn't really help you that much. Especially in the multiplayer, where it seems that anything you hack immediately becomes the prime target for squad mates who are not paying attention to what you're doing. So this actually means that you can use sabotage against an enemy, not because you want to actually have it fight on your side, but so you can sabotage it and immediately kill it and use the damage from the explosion to harm everyone around it. The other is recharge speed. Okay. She has a combat drone, of course. Return of Chick-Tikava's paws, I think. We don't know if it's the same drone. It does look a bit different, but maybe it just had a revamp. Unfortunately, because this game doesn't have any squad mate shouts during the combat anymore, she never uses her old phrases. So we never know if this is still Chick-Tika. And an extra drone is never a bad thing to have around, but since I have one of my own, I will check how many points I'll have left before putting any more into that. Defense drone, their only power that we've never seen before. Deploy this holographic drone to electrocute enemies within its firing range. This drone is basically a miniaturized combat drone that floats around your head, protects against getting flanked, is probably useful for yourself. For squad mates, they don't really seem to utilize it that well. But still, I'll put some points into it and then we'll see. Quarry and Machinist is her regular passive talent. So we got durability and recharge and some more. Then we get to choose health and shields or recharge speed bonus. How much health and shields does she have? Not that much. I think that's probably a good idea. Tech power, tech upgrades, tech power duration, or weapon damage. Of course I'm gonna go for tech power. Drone specialists or squad bonus. I can do one more. I think I'll finish her energy drain for now. Definitely the one to keep in mind though, this for later. And that should do the trick. Let's go invade a dreadnought.
We're approaching the Quarian home system. ETA to Rannoch, 5 minutes.
What have you got from the comm buoys?
Pretty much a big old shitstorm, Commander.
I have detected several hundred unique ship signatures engaged in active combat.
Yeah, like I said.
Take us in, Joker.
Stealth drive engaged. Only way they'll detect us is if you all start singing the Russian national anthem.
Sojusz nie ruszymy, Republik Swobodnych splocila na wieki Wielka Rus. What?
My cyber warfare suite has accessed their docking protocols.
All right. Once we're aboard, we find whatever's broadcasting the Reaper signal and shut it down. Tally's our expert on Geth software. She'll be handling hacking and security.
Your expertise with the Geth is a welcome addition, Tali.
Edie, so... a body?
It has proven useful. I hope it doesn't cause you concern.
Not unless you go crazy and decide to overthrow the humans.
If I decide to overthrow the humans, you will be the first to know.
Shepard, there's a problem. All tubes except one are physically secured.
I see the free one. Pretty torn up, though.
Too risky for the whole team. I'll secure the docking area. Everyone else can follow me over.
Roger that, Commander. We'll just stay here. You know, quietly.
Hang tight. It'll just be a minute.
So we get to do a short solo section, which is entirely pointless. And since there is no gravity here, we'll have to find a way around these holes by walking along the outside. Let's hope nobody shoots this area. Rannoch, I assume? Those lights must be Geth cities. All the other lights flying around here are shots. Like I said, I hope nobody shoots us. Why is everybody fighting on this close distance, by the way? That doesn't seem normal for a space battle. Well, it does seem normal for space battle cinematics in a movie.
No wonder the Quarians were having trouble. That ship is enormous.
It is 30% larger than an Alliance dreadnought.
Quite big, then. I wonder how it stacks up to the Destiny Ascension, which was also supposed to be really big.
Tali, you're gonna like the view.
Better than a vid?
Much.
But she's not here, and we can't see it from the inside. Well, I'm sure we'll get a close-up view of it later. It is nice to do the additional homeworlds tour. We only got to see Tuchanka on Mass Effect 2. So far we've had Tuchanka again, Surkesh, now Rannoch. Palavan we didn't actually board, we didn't actually go there, but we were on its moon, which is close enough.
How are you doing, Shepard?
The lack of gravity is a little disorienting.
The dreadnought has artificial gravity. You should be okay once you're on board.
Until then, I'll make do with mag boots.
Hey, take your time, Commander. We're fine until they, look out a window.
Geth don't use windows, remember? Structural weakness.
Like the Geth are just sitting there saying, those organics would never try the no windows thing twice.
Of course. Why would we ever do that again, since it worked so well the first time? Of course, one homeworld we're still missing is the Asari homeworld.
Looks like the rest of the team isn't using the docking tube.
So I'm guessing you'd rather not solo the dreadnought.
Not if I can help it. Ask Tali to get on the dreadnought schematics. If she can point me at another docking tube, I'll override the controls and let the boarding party on. Alright, I've got gravity again.
Great. I'm looking for... Got it. There should be a hull breach not far from your position. The nearest undamaged docking tube is on the other side.
Think I found that hull breach you mentioned.
Admiral Geralt tried a frontal assault. We lost 6 frigates. That tiny hole was the only damage we did.
I wouldn't call it tiny. Not the way you'd have done it?
No, he was too aggressive. I argued, but as Admiral of the Heavy Fleet, it was ultimately his decision.
What about the other admirals?
Zen backed the invasion, largely as a chance to test her toys. Ron gave provisional support. Only Chorus opposed the war with me, and he was right. We could lose the whole fleet, Shepard.
We'll get your people out of here safely.
That is the intent, indeed. I'm not really sure where the hull breach is. I guess this, maybe. Let's see if we can find that other docking tube. And see if there's anything else here. Like a shotgun smart choke. I guess we need to get up there somehow. Let's hope we don't run into any Geth. At least not until we have the squad on board. Ah, a ladder. Oh. Oh, I guess we're going there. I guess we're jumping.
I found another airlock. I think we're good to go.
Great. If you override the controls, we'll be right there.
And how do I do that? Not here, but there is salvage. And I don't do it here either, it seems. Ah. Objectives to the rescue. It's up there. Anything else here? More salvage, perhaps? Doesn't look like it.
Got it. You're clear to board.
Thank you, Shepard. I will try to find a more convenient docking point next time.
Next time?
Thank you for having me over.
Well, I don't actually know where I'm going.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, take a look at this. There, it's open. We're clear to go.
We're clear to go, but let's first look at this pistol that Tali put down. It is the arc pistol, which is quite a nice pistol, and I think I might let Tali use it, since, well, she gave it to us. It is an innovation of Admiral Daro Zen. The arc pistol is a scaled-down arc projector that only requires thermal clips. To solve its power problems, the arc pistol uses a non-visible laser to ionize the air and create a path for a high-ampere electric shock. For a more damaging blast, it can be charged up. It's kind of an interesting pistol. It functions similar to the arc projector heavy weapon in Mass Effect 2, and as it says, it can be charged up, so you can either fire it very, very quickly, or hold down the trigger for a while to charge, and fire at a slower pace but more powerful rounds. It's very effective against shields and synthetics in particular, which is nice, because we'll be facing those quite a lot during this mission. Although I do like the arc pistol, I won't be using it myself, but there's no problem with letting Tali use it, I think.
Looks impressive.
It's Admiral Zen's design. It transmits an energy pulse on contact that disrupts shields and synthetics.
That'll be handy. So where are we headed?
We're looking for an operations center. I can disable the Reaper command signal from there.
Where's the closest one?
Past their defense network and through a sensor cluster. Gah, vents. Always the vents.
You did fine at the collector base.
I got set on fire.
Don't exaggerate, Tali. Let's apply our warp ammo. And although that increases ammo capacity, I don't have that increased ammo now. I would need to pick it up first. And neither of our other squad mates has any ammo powers. Kind of dark here. Well, I'm sure we'll run into trouble soon enough. So this is what a Geth ship looks like when it's not broken. And a sniper rifle enhanced scope. Speaking of scopes, you can see there's one on my pistol, so I can sort of semi-sniper. One thing I like about this armor is that it's kind of hard to see. It still has a regular. Oh yeah, you can't do that. They will always try to duck and get out of the way, which I suppose is nice in a firefight. Not nice if you're trying to look at her, at something on her suit. It still has the irregular cloth pattern around the leg. Makes you wonder what the deal is with that cloth pattern. Why that is so important to her. Is it something she made herself, or maybe something she got from her mother? I'm actually going to let Tali use the arc pistol. Because after all, why not? It's useful against synthetics, which we are fighting here, so that works, I guess. Let's move on.
Watch out! Geth incoming!
Well, that didn't take long. Let's get a drone combo set up. Oh, I think that was it.
More Geth forces incoming.
I don't hear an alarm.
They're Geth! They sent alerts to every unit on this ship. We need to get to the operations center before they box us in.
Oh. I thought that was his health bar, but it's not. Yay, tech bursts and fire explosions. Okay, so far so good. Some resistance, not too difficult. I'm just checking if there's salvage or anything. But it doesn't look like it. He's kind of unsuspecting. Not for long.
The Geth lack self-preservation instincts.
Network intelligence. As we kill them, their attacks become more aggressive.
You have engaged the Geth previously, Shepard. Tactical advice?
Disable their shields.
And take them down before they recharge.
Okay. That's not exactly advice I couldn't have thought of myself. And I guess that's for them as well. Yeah, I think my drone took care of the last once while I was checking if there was anything here. Can we go here? Nope, that seems a bit too far to jump. And there's no bridge controls here. Whoa! The hell? Mines! That is dangerous. They're kind of difficult to spot. You can shoot them to set them off. That wastes ammo. More salvage. Now where are we? In a room.
Look, the signal's hitting all Geth processes. The Reapers have them completely under control.
Its structure is amazingly complex. It is unsurprising that the Quarians have been unable to disrupt it.
An Archon visor. Not sure if that's useful, but we'll see.
We may be able to extract combat data from these sensor panels.
We're taking heavy losses. The Geth have a planetary defense cannon. It's ripping through our fleet.
I won't let you down, Tali.
I don't intend to, that's for sure. Another room, much like the last, it seems.
Why do we need to find the operations center? Wouldn't any access console do?
Unlikely. Consoles like this are accessing programs being used by hundreds of Geth simultaneously. They are all networked cooperatively. To disable the Reaper's signal from here, you would need to override all the Geth.
Do you ever wish you were like them? Networked?
No. I enjoy the freedom of intelligence without requiring consensus.
You don't feel lonely, being the only AI on the Normandy?
I have the opportunity to socialize with the crew, and I do so for curiosity or pleasure, not out of cognitive necessity, as the Geth do.
Edie, I am touched. The Geth pulse rifle is an assault rifle. Geth pulse rifles are comparable to a standard stock assault rifle, but finely balanced with low recoil and incredibly high accuracy. The pulse rifles fire a rapid stream of lightweight slugs, which are wrapped in a phasic envelope to increase their damage. If the multiplayer is anything to go by, it's just about one of the least useful guns in the game. Might as well tickle the Geth for the whatever enemy you're fighting with. Seems to do about as much damage as a super soaker. Oh, and of course that means I'm
Right away.
wrong layout again. I'll let Tali use the arc pistol until I get the shotgun I want her to use.